guys, I'm Sarah and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about just some of the writing, the stories I'm working on, writing projects, stuff like that, things I've been either working on for a very long time or just started, or just a few things I finished, just all the random writing things that I thought would be kind of fun to tell you guys and kind of let you in on my writing journey a little bit. So, the first one I have actually completed this month, which is really exciting, and that is a short story I sent into a kind of a short story writing contest, and it was actually revised from a previous short story I just randomly wrote one year. I think I wrote it back in 2016. That was a long time ago. Yeah, and I really had to cut it down and shorten it. I had to change the way I wrote it. Please ignore the starlings if you heard all that. There's a group of starlings that are flying around. I swear they're stalking me. But if you can hear all those bird noises, that's what they are. It's just a flock of starlings flying around. So anyways, what was I saying about the story? Oh yes, I wrote it back in 2016. I revised it. Yeah, okay, that's where I was. Anyways, I really had to condense it because it had to be less than 1,000 words for the story, and it was over that. I forget what the original story is, but yeah, and I did that and it worked out. I had to change the tense. I wrote it in third person originally. I had to change it to first person. So whatever terminology for that is. I promise I am a writer. I just don't know the correct terminology for all this stuff. But anyways, yeah, I finished that. I sent it in yesterday. So we'll see how that does in the contest. And I'm looking at my writing schedule up there because I have like the stories listed out. So I want to make sure I don't forget. So if you see me keep looking over there, that's what I'm looking at. Anyways, so yeah, finished that. Very excited to not have that on my plate anymore. So the next one is kind of, it's a story I wrote for Nanowrimo, which is, if you don't know, that's National Novel Writing Month, stands for National Novel Writing Month, which is an event in the month of November where writers across the world decide to write a novel of 50,000 words in a month. So, it's a big challenge. I did it for the first time in, I think it was 2019, with this book, and that is when I've dubbed currently as my assassin story. Currently I'm not going to be sharing titles of these works. I don't really feel comfortable doing that, so if I share anything, it's going to be like shortened initials for titles or just a series name or something, or code names like the assassin story is what this one's called. And yeah, I wrote it back then. I've left it for so long. It's a complete disaster. Not a complete, it's a disaster. But I decided over time of thinking about it and stuff, I wanted to add like other characters and certain other elements to it. I think it's too close to one in plot wise and character interaction wise to one of my other stories, and I don't want that. So so currently my current project with that one has been going through the whole document and putting in notes of what I want to add in, what I want to change, things like that, just ideas and stuff. So I'm not actually changing anything right now, aside from like splitting up some paragraphs that are like this long on the document, and it's like I don't want to stare at this. Aside from minor things like that and occasional word spellings that are wrong that I've noticed, I've pretty much just been making notes with that one, and I'm nearly done with that one. I'm close to the end. I don't know exactly where I am on that one, but yes, I'm slowly getting there. And yeah, it's just a revising process, more like a note-taking. I will probably, I don't know when I'll actually start technically revising it and putting more into it, but that is a current one I'm working. That is one of the other current ones I'm working on. It is, I mean, its genre is, I think it's gonna end up being like a Christian dark fantasy, which seems kind of counterproductive, or not counterproductive, but like those two don't work. Yeah, if you don't know what a dark fantasy genre is, it's usually like a fantasy story but with like darker elements, or the characters are all criminals. In my case, 90% of my characters are assassins. They kill people. Yeah, so it's like fantasy but with like darker tones. There's often like characters are more morally gray, things like that. I don't know how far into dark fantasy is. Couple of examples of popular examples is the Shadow and Bone trilogy and the Six of Crows duology by Leigh Bardugo. Those are considered dark fantasy, so you kind of know the idea. Or the live action Maleficent movies that Disney did. Those are also considered dark fantasy. So yeah, I think that's what that one's gonna end up being. It's hopefully going to be a duology. I don't think it's going to go any further than that. And it actually, yeah. I don't think it's going to go any further than that. I have nothing on the second book yet. This is purely the first book that I'm working on. But, yeah. I really like it. It's definitely different than my other series, but that's kind of what I wanted. And, yes. I'm very happy with the way the notes are going so far. Who knows what it'll look like when I actually start revising it, but we're not there yet. And, okay, my other main project has been my fantasy trilogy, which I've mentioned a few times on here. The series name is Trilogy Chronicles, and it's the series I've been working on the longest. I wrote the first book after some fan fiction stories, the first book in that series, which is coded FTA. That book was actually the first one I wrote after fan fiction and like some random short stories. It's my first novel, technically. It's gone through a ton of work. I think I've been working on for like 9+ years, I want to say now. I think it's been close to 10 years I've been working on this book. And yeah, so I've been doing a lot of kind of minor edits with the first book with FTA. Mainly, I've been going through some beta feedback that I got from it now. I'm just now getting around to it. She read it like last year sometime. I'm just now getting around to it. But yeah, I'm going through that and I'm kind of revising it and formatting it a little bit better and just really cleaning it up. That one doesn't really need any overhaul because I've overhauled it for like 10 years now. So that one is pretty much done. I'm pretty much just polishing it to kind of get the word count down some and just clean it up as much as I can and fix the few issues I do have with it, because I do know the end of one chapter is a little so I'm just fixing it and like changing some certain things and stuff like that. So that one is pretty much done. Like, you know, if I was really ready to jump into publishing, that's literally probably the only one I could publish right away, because it is really pretty much done. I'm not yet. I'm still kind of in the research phase of that, but yes, it is definitely, that one's pretty much almost done after I do all that. The next one then, which is the second book in the series, is co-titled, let's see, what is that? TFI. It's interesting doing it this way, but it's easier than just saying, you know, or I could just say book 1, 2, and 3 of Trilogy Chronicles, but whatever. TFI is the current really book I've kind of edited up. I just got beta feedback from that one, and that is the second book. That one I will probably, once I finish FTA, I will go into that one and start like editing it more heavily and stuff, because it's still kind of long in a couple of chapters. Some things are still a little off. That one's sort of near done, is kind of how I'm terming it. It is close, but it's not as polished as FTA is. Of course, I've only been working on that one for probably, oh goodness, way less than 10 years. Probably, I want to say 2 or 3, if nothing else. Maybe 4 by now. I'm not really sure, because I'm not fully sure, because literally that one went through like 4 different rough drafts, and like 2 of them were never completed. 1 was, and then yeah, then the current version I have. But yes, that one I'm still working on. That one's going to be going to edits once I'm done with FTA. Yeah, so that's probably the next one. And then we have book 3. infamous book 3, which is BFA. You guys been watching my videos from the beginning. You know I worked on this book for Nanowrimo last year, and I'm still working on it. This book is a bear. It's like totally, every time I work on it, it's not working. Yeah, I'm like 200 pages in and I still have no idea what's going on, and I'm kind of just frustrated and bored. I'm still working on it, like, in my head and stuff, and trying to do it on paper, but so far on paper it's just not working. And yeah, it's also just, I just wanted to put this in here because it's hard. Writing is really, really hard sometimes, and you just want to throw it in. Sometimes you just want to ditch the whole thing, but I know there's a story here, and yeah, it's just, there's a story here, and I want to write it, and I know it's there, and I know there's stuff there, and I can do something with it, but it just won't come out. And when it does, it just falls flat, and it's just a continuous cycle over and over again. And I mean, I had problems like this with TFI, the second book in this series, but that was different. That was more of, I was going through the same mental, emotional journey my main character was at the time I was writing it. So it was more, I didn't want to write it because I knew it would hurt, but I also needed to write it in order to start healing for myself, plus for my character. And it's just, that one was hard, more on an emotional level. This one's just plain hard because I have no idea, honestly. I've tried fixing it. I've tried bullet point outlining it, which has worked. I do have a vague idea of it, but I think I just have too much going on in the story, or it's just not the right time to write it. It's really hard to tell. I've put this book on and off so many times the last probably good 2 to 3 years now, and it's still not working, even though I know something's there. So I don't know if I just have a mental block about this. There's something with the book that I just can't get to right now. I have no idea, and it's driving me nuts. I mean, you know something's wrong when you think about your book and you're just like, ugh. You like cringe away from it. It's like, okay, there's something wrong here. Either I need to take a break from this, I need to scrap it and start over, which I don't want to do because I do know, because certain scenes do work. It's the ones that don't, which is the majority of the book. So, you know, that's special. So yeah, I really am just stuck and trying to do it. Yeah, I don't know. One of my writing friends has offered to try to help me with it, so hopefully she has some ideas of maybe why I'm so stuck. Because literally, I'm just stuck. I'm just walking in circles, spinning my wheels, and getting nowhere. Literally. And it's like just depressing trying to work on it. And I don't want that. I want to get back into the space where it's like, I love my book, and yes, it may be hard some days because writing is extremely hard. People will try to tell you, might tell you otherwise, or you might think, oh, writing a book, that sounds easy. It's not. It's a lot of mental, emotional, even physical exhaustion sometimes, and it's just like, you just don't know what to do sometimes, and it's hard. And yeah, it's just really, really hard. I know I keep saying that, but it is. And yeah, but we love doing it as authors and stuff, so which is why we just keep doing it, even if it is hard. And that's why I still want to write this book and still want to give it to the world someday, because this book, this story has something in it. It has something in me, and I need to get it out at some point. But currently, that one is just spinning its wheels. I will get to it eventually. Hopefully, I will be able to fix it this year. I would love to finish the rough draft this year. Don't know if it's possible, but that is what I want to try to do. So yeah, those are pretty much the writing projects I'm currently working on. There will always be more, like the second novel of my assassin story. I haven't even touched that beyond ideas in my head. But yeah, need to hopefully probably revise the first one first. But yeah, those are my writing projects that I'm currently working on, or I'm currently stuck on, or have finished. And yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed this type of video. of my writing and stuff. I know I'm trying to do more writing and author type videos as well as book ones. So let me know if you enjoy hearing about this down below in the comments. And also another note, some videos may be very sporadic. I live on a farm and it's just very busy in the summer around here, so videos may be a little more sporadic. They may not be once a week. I know I've already missed a couple weeks. So yeah, just to let you guys know, it may be a little more sporadic because I'm trying to fit in the farming stuff plus writing, plus I'm doing a whole bunch of other things with like the more technical side of writing and stuff like that. So I've been kind of bogged down with that a little bit. So if videos are not coming out every week, that is why. I will try my best to keep doing one once a week, but just to let you know, it may not end up being that way. So yeah, but thanks so much for watching this video and for being here, you guys. Honestly, I don't even know. I think currently I have like 39 or 40 subscribers. It's just, wow, I don't even know why you want to listen to me talk, but I'm extremely grateful you're here. And yeah, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.